everyone, welcome to my channel. Well, in this episode I'm going to show you a brand new FPV long range drone that is pretty darn sweet, and it's something I really like because it has something that none of the other long range drones have. Let me explain. So if we jump back, let me find one here. If we jump back to the summer of the year 2020, Flywoo came out with the Explorer right here. Super good long range drone. This thing here is so popular, and then they made different models out of this. This is under 250 grams, and you can put a battery on it and a very tiny camera, and you'll still stay under 250 grams. It is really good at long range, but not very good at freestyle or race. Then GEPRC came out with this guy, the Crocodile Baby. This one here, once again, under 250 grams. You can put a camera on it and a battery, and you could do long range, but yeah, it's no good at freestyle or racing. Then Eachine came out with the lightest of all of them. This here, Shadow Fiend, it's lighter than all the drones. So this one you can put a camera on it, and you can put a battery, a bigger battery, and you could still stay under 250 grams and probably have a lot more fun on this one, but it's terrible at freestyle and race. So the one I'm going to show you today is what HGLRC came out with. Look at this baby, look at this thing. So this guy here is, well, it's under 250 grams, but if you put a camera on it and a battery, it's over 250 grams. It doesn't matter what you do. You'd have to don't put any camera and just put a very tiny battery to keep it under 250 grams. However, it's a long range drone, and it's outstanding at freestyle, and it's outstanding at race. It is super fast and super agile. So if you're out there in the world and you're going, well, I think I'm going to fly long range every now and then. Okay, so that's good for you. And if you're thinking, I really like freestyle to do flips and rolls and all these other cool things, well, then this is good for you. You know, I want to get from point A to point B really fast and racing and get some really fast footage unless I'm just cruising over the ground and stuff. And then this is the one for you. So that's what they made. And this thing here, I've got it on the box right there. What is that called? The Rekon. And I think they even call it Rekon FPV right here. So it has a lot of the same features as all these other drones here, but it's a lot more powerful, a lot more powerful. The motors on it are super powerful. The construction is awesome. It's the Dead Cat. I know you're probably cringing that I'm throwing these around, but these are FPV drones. They're all made out of carbon fiber, super strong. It's got that beautiful Dead Cat, design on the bottom. Let's see if the camera picks it up. But yeah, it's really good. Strong props, 5-inch. It's everything you want. So you can treat this just like a 5-inch drone, and yet it's still long range. But as I mentioned, the only Achilles heel is that as soon as you throw a camera on there and throw a battery, you're over 250 grams, so you're out of that. So I'm going to stop talking, and how about I just show you me flying it? Here we go. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Well, I'm out at my local beach today, and I'm looking at the temperature here, and it is minus 17 degrees Celsius. I'll put what that is up there in Fahrenheit. So in layman's terms, it's like freaking cold. And watch this, I'm just going to spin the camera around. Look at these people bundled up. They should be passing by any second. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. There they are. They don't look too warm. So back to me. All right, so today I'm flying this. This is the Rekon 5 by HGLRC, and I am super excited to fly this because it's like a 5-inch long-range quad. All the long-range drones on the market today are under 250 grams, and this one as well, but it's a 5-inch. So it's got the power on it to easily lift a GoPro. At least that's what it says in the literature, and it says you can put a massive battery on it too. So I brought with me, I've got a 6S. This is a 6S quad, and I've got an 850 milliamp hour battery here. Watch this. There's a GoPro on it. It's kind of heavy now. There's my big battery here. You can see it takes up a lot of space, but this thing is so powerful that it can lift it. All right, so what I'm going to do, it's super cold out, so I'm going to go fly around the whole beachy area here and check out the foolish people out on the cold besides me. And you'll always know when it's cold out when I'm wearing this hat, this goofy hat. I always say, if you see me wearing this hat, it's so cold out because there is a windshield that I got to stay warm. All right, here we go. Oh, this is cold on the hands. Oh, let's get the battery to fit. Plug it in. When it gets this cold out, all the cables and wires, yeah, now it's going nuts. All the cables and wires are just freezing up everywhere. So they're not easy to manipulate. They're really hard to move. All right, make sure I don't have any wires sticking out any place. Get rid of that ice. It's going to get the GPS signal in the back. It does have GPS rescue. Okay, that works. I'll put in acro mode, so we're good. Whoa. Oh, this is all frozen. The cable on here, the battery cable's all frozen. Yikes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the front of the Jeep. This is the back of the Jeep. Move to the front of the Jeep so that when I'm flying, I have the whole outer area. I'll leave the GoPro back here looking at this here drone. All right, I'm pretty sure no one's flown this drone in as cold as weather as I'm about to fly it. So if it conks out or crashes, it's the cold, guys. It's the cold. Okay, there's nobody out here on the beach, so I've got the whole area to myself. People are ice fishing that way, and over this way, they're ice fishing that way. So I'm gonna fly around here. Here we go. Let's put the arm switch on. There we go, and take it on up. Let's go here through the trees, come back so we can see what this drone looks like. There we go. There's my Jeep over here. And coming over. I'm gonna go in the back here so you can see it. There we go. Go by the GoPro. Should be able to see this here now. Now the first thing to show you on this drone is the speed. Check this out. GoPro 7's on top and I'm just cruising. Look at how fast it accelerated. Now I'm going to go out over the water. Yes, this is not a big field of snow. This is frozen water with snow on top and we have people ice fishing. Here's a comparison between the GoPro Hero 7 and the Nebula Pro camera, the pilot's camera on the drone. You can see in the Nebula Pro that you do get the props a little bit in the frame, so you probably wouldn't use it as a cinematic camera. You're going to want to put a GoPro on top or some other type of camera to get the cinematic footage like you see here. Now you can really flick this drone around in the sky. You can do flips and rolls as you please, and you can swoop down out of the sky very easy and stay true to the course that you're heading on, as you see here. Now I'm going to swoop over here and go to another area of the beach where I have more water that is frozen because it's winter and people are ice fishing on it, as you can see over here. So I'm flying quite far away. The great thing with long range drones is that you can fly anywhere you want as you're just exploring the world. So here I'm over the Ottawa River, which is totally frozen, and I'm going to come back to my little beach house. Once again, I'm giving you a demonstration of the video from the GoPro Hero 7 and the Nebula Pro. Let's enlarge the Nebula Pro so you see it full screen. There you go. So that is the pilot's camera. That's what you would get if you put no camera on this drone and just recorded the image in your goggles. If you want cinematic filming, you're going to have to put a camera on the top, some sort, to get something really good. Here I'm doing some freestyle, just flicking it around in the sky to see how well it does, and of course it performs well. Quite impressed with it. It flies just like any freestyle drone, and watch that, just missed the tree because it's got so much power that I can pull up and out, no problem. Now if you want to fly slow and low to the ground, here I'm going slower, low between trees to make something cinematic. And again, flying along even with my digital goggles, I'm not going to notice the branches to the last minute, and I'm going to fly right into them. Here I go. Boink! But the drone survived. No problem there. Now as for flight time, I really don't know what the flight time on this drone is because it was so cold that my batteries were not performing well. I was not getting a massive amount of flight time with these large batteries I put on, and that was due to the cold. So I honestly can't tell you what the flight time is on this here quad. I just want to show you when the drone lands, you hear the beeping. That's so you can find it. It will just go on and on and on for hours. It's using its own battery power. Well, actually it's using this battery power, but if I disconnect this battery power, watch what happens. I'll just pull it out. There we go. It has stopped, but give it a few seconds, it's going to start up again. Watch this, because it's going to use the reserve battery power to say, hey, the big battery died, main power source, but you're probably looking for me, so I better start another beeper signal to let you know where I am. So here we go. A little bit different beeping sound, but that's pretty much it. It just keeps on going, and that will go for hours and hours. Underneath here, there's an extra little, tiny little battery, like a watch battery or something, that's been charged up by the big battery, and that's how you find this drone. I gotta admit, this is such a good drone. It's extremely fast, which is surprising, especially with all that weight of the battery for a 5-inch long range. It's very weird, especially, yeah, the weight, the power and weight ratio is just off the scale for this thing. Really, really good. All right, so the next thing I want to show you is what comes in the box and tell you a little bit about the specs. So check this out. Here we have the box, and it does not say HGLRC anywhere, but HGLRC sent it to me. So taking the cover of the box off, you have the drone. It's almost fully assembled. The only thing you have to do is take the antenna, you can see it here, and just push it into the tiny hole that's at the rear of the drone. Like all good new long-range drones on the market, you get an external power supply to power a naked GoPro or a naked Insta360 or some other camera. I won't be doing that, so I'm stuffing it back inside. Included in the box, you get 2 full sets of Hurricane props, 5-inch. Put 1 set on the drone, keep a set just as spares for backup. You also get the screws that you will use to screw the props to the drone, plus some spare body screws. A naked GoPro mount is included if you have a naked GoPro. You also get 2 battery straps, plus some documentation on the flight controller and a few other odds and ends. 2 carbon fiber arm braces are included. You do not have to install them, but if you do, it strengthens the arms in case of a crash, and when you have them installed, it looks like this. My drone weighed 222 grams out of the box. My drone came with 6S motors, so they're 1800 kV, very lightweight, very pancake style. Here's a nice touch to protect the CAT-X digital Nebula Pro camera. In the front, the pilot's camera, if you look, there's a TPU mount 3D printed all around it, but on the bottom, they actually have a carbon fiber chin. You can see that as I lift the drone up right there, so there's a lot of protection. It does come with an F7 flight controller and 30 amp ESCs. A full-size XT60 connector is included. Here you can see the very thick carbon fiber dead cat frame, and those 2 red circular items are actually aluminum holding everything together. This is a close-up of the finder beeper on the tail end. And here we have the GPS rescue unit that had no problem gathering satellites during my flights. Finally, here we have the RHCP SMA small hammer antenna. So there you have it. So the drone is under 250 grams. However, like I said, you put a camera on it and a battery and you're over 250 grams. If you want to stay under the 250 gram limit on a long range drone and fly far, then you need, these other ones that I showed that I'm throwing on my little thing here. You'd need one of these ones here. But if you want to go really fast and you want to do freestyle and still have a long range drone, if you want to fly this 20 miles out, that's fine. Put a crossfire on it and a bunch of other communication systems and you're fine. You can, but you're going to be over 250 grams. All right, I'm going to put links below to where you can find this baby and go check it out because I think it's really good. I don't think it's too crazy priced, but it is new technology and it is pretty decent. And if I didn't already mention it, it is inspired by Dave C., the same guy who inspired the Flywoo Explorer that started it all. So yeah, you get the same little grandfather or whatever, father of innovation. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you have questions on this drone, just post them below. The links are below to where you can find it. And have a great day. We'll catch you in another video with many more drone reviews. Take care. Bye.